Forsling.
I'm trying to watch the hockey game, Fluffy. And Kyle is trying to call the hockey game, and Fluffy is interfering. Fluffy. Huh? He's been laying down and been good for the last hour, and as soon as we started calling the game, this is what he does. Huh? You gonna lay down? Be good like his sister's just sitting over there on her bed like I didn't do nothing. Come on, Fluffy, be cool. He's all tangled up with the chair now.
Says feeling a shorty tonight. Fun, you're the second person to call for a shorty. This is not professional.
All right, can we watch the hockey game now, Fluffy? Say goodbye. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, here we go. We got the Capitals tonight. No Kachuk. No Kachuk, no Bubba. Bubba gets the night off. Stolars is in. He's only the best road goaltender in the NHL, which is why he's playing the home game. Not that it was Bob's fault, right? I mean, we gave up a goal. I think it's like 9 or 10 games straight we've given up 2 goals or less. So Chucky's out. Forsling is in. Basically, Chucky went out, kind of tested things out. The way that they phrased it is he is out for precautionary reasons. We still don't know exactly what the injury is. If you watched my content, you know I have a theory about it being scar tissue and him being sore enough to not play tonight. Kind of jibes with that, but I could be right, I could be wrong. I don't have the medical stuff in front of me. What do we need to see tonight? Well, the Capitals have played themselves into possibly being a team that could make the playoffs. I'm not going to sit here and deny that I wouldn't mind playing the 8-seeded Capitals if we were the 1 seed. I don't know how physical that series would be with the exception, of course, of Tom Wilson. Now, we got a couple of one other lineup change. Stenlin is out with an illness, so Lockwood draws back in. I'm actually happy to see that because it had been a while. He had not played since that concussion. So there should be fresh legs there. Lomberg draws into the third line. Rodriguez moves up top. Cousins is on the second line with Bennett. And I believe that's for Hagee. I believe that's the way they went with things. And I'm fine with that. I'm happy with the team. I understand the sentiment that people want to get some depth. I've talked about if you want to get a better 13th forward, a more experienced guy, go for it. If you want to get somebody to be a better, 7, 8D, go for it. But I'm not going to panic because we've got one game where, we don't have our full complement of guys. We won the Eastern Conference Championship last year. In the second round, Nick Cousins scored the series clinching goal. We can win with the guys that we have. So let's just remember that, all right? I've seen too many comments about Panther fans being worried and concerned and just generally not enjoying the fact that we have one of the best teams in the NHL, and it's going to be that way for a little while around here. So just enjoy it. If I'm not complaining, nobody should be complaining. That's the way this goes. Give me 2 points. So there's no score after 1. Who remembers a couple of weeks ago when I said we were going to start playing some of these Metro teams and they were going to be desperate for points and they were going to kind of make us look bad, and I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's move on to second period. All right, so it's 1-1 after 1. Nick Cousins gets himself a nice deflection off of a Kulikov shot. And then who got called for the... I think Kulikov got called for the hooking. We got called, no, it was Mikla. Mikla gets called for a weak, skinny, weak hooking call as Tom Wilson goes barreling into the net. Washington gets the power play, and Stolars gets left out to dry. It's 1-1. I'm breathing heavy because I do push-ups, and the lifting of the weights when we give up a goal, and of course it was right by the end of the period. I don't even think are we playing, would you give us 50% effort? Would you say we're playing at about 50% effort? We've talked about this. We're not going to look great every night because of our playoff position and how other teams are desperate for points. We are passing up shots. I think the shots are 15-15. And the passing bug has infected everybody. Even Lomberg came in and had an opportunity and back passed instead of taking the shot. So they're just taking it a little bit too lackadaisical tonight. I don't mind the games where we're not completely matching the other team's intensity because they're desperate. But even Carter Verhaeghe, actually, I take that back. He took a shot. And Lindgren made a hell of a nice save. But we're passing up too many shots. We're going to have to get aggressive. Just do what we do. Play our good 5 minutes, get a couple of goals, and let's get out of this building with 2. We'll stay in our building. You know what I mean.
We are going to overtime!
This one gets it. 1, 2, 3, and 2 points! Yes! All right. Now, why am I so excited? Why am I so excited about just some random 2 points at the end of February when we basically already have a playoff game, playoff spot? I'll tell you why. Because for 57 minutes, that team played pretty much like they did in GAAF. You know what I mean? They played like they just didn't care for the most part. They were soft on the puck. They were overpassing. They were lackadaisical. They weren't terrible, but they did not have zippity-doo-dah energy. And then Carter Verhaeghe does what Carter Verhaeghe does to the Capitals especially. And just when that man gets the puck on his stick and he does that little slide and he's looking for his position, damn. The talent, the aim that man has with the puck. I'll say this. What I want to happen this summer, whether we win the cup or not, what I want is all summer Carter Verhaeghe working with Anton Lundell, because as good as Verhaeghe's aim is, Lundell is the opposite. So Verhaeghe ties the game. And then we get to overtime, and it's back and forth, and we have a really good couple of chances both ways. There's about a minute and a half left, and Capitals come into the zone. Forsling makes a great play. Then Bennett has to get the puck back at the line, gets it to Forsling, and Gustav Forsling, the NHL's leader in plus-minus, who needs a contract, he wins the game for us 3-2 in overtime. We get the 2 points. The Caps get 1, and that kind of dings their playoff hopes just a little bit because they are desperate for points like we've been saying. So I said in the last period, I think I said play the good 5 minutes and win the game. If you combine the 2 minutes we played well in the third period with the 3 minutes we played well in overtime, that's our 5 minutes, and we won the game. So there it is. I'm excited. I'm happy we won. I gotta be honest with you. The biggest reason why I'm happy we won is I won't get all the comments and the questions in the comments. People starting to get too worried about the offense and everything like that. Do not worry about anything with this team. Okay? We're good to go. You want to add some depth? That's fine. Okay? But we're fine. Do not get your panties in a bind over a couple of games where we don't get a lot of goals when teams are busting their ass desperate to get points. Okay? Now, what do we see on the ice? Barkov is just doing Barkov things. Bennett had a pretty good game today with the exception of just everybody passed too much. I'm just going to leave that out. everybody passed too much except for Carter Verhage. Okay? Nick Cousins had a chance to win the game, couldn't lift the puck, but that's when we ended up with a penalty that ended up helping us win the game. And I remain, unimpressed with Steven Lorentz. He's not bad. I'm not saying he's bad, but the difference in energy level, the difference in the driving of the fourth line between Stenlund and Lorentz is palpable. It's big. I'm not saying Lorentz is bad, but if Zito's going to make any move at all, I would love to get another veteran, playoff experienced guy who can play 3C or 4C if injuries should come up, and just stash him as the guy that's first off the bench instead of Lorentz. No disrespect, and you guys know when we got Lorentz, I watched some of his highlights and I thought he'd be a guy, but he's not going to drive play on the fourth line. He's an adjunct guy that might be able to make a few moves for you if somebody else is driving play, and he plays decent defense. He's not bad, but you start getting into the later rounds of the playoffs, if we need him to play, I would prefer somebody else. And I've said the same thing about Maher. Those are the only things that I would even want to look at. Stolars, he did what we needed him to do, okay? I believe that's 12 games straight. It's either 12 or 13 games straight now that we've only allowed 2 goals or less. And the bus, we just keep driving the bus, man. Defensively, we just keep driving the bus. Now, I was not happy with Ekblad's game tonight. Defensively, he was fine. Offensively, he kind of was like a lot of other people. We was just too loose in the offensive zone. We were very careless. We were not strong on the puck. We just were not as mentally engaged as we normally would be. And that's okay, because that's going to happen. We cannot stay as engaged as we were against the Canes every game the rest of the way. Save that for the playoffs, okay? Save that burst of energy for the playoffs. Chucky should be back Tuesday. I like the fact that they kept him out here, because that gives him another few days off there for whatever the hell it is that's wrong. The way Maurice made it sound, he called it precaution, like I said. So I'm sure if this was a playoff game, Chucky could have played. What else did we see? Mikhail Kulikov wasn't good. The Mikhail Kulikov pair was not fantastic today. That was during the penalty kill. I know Mikhail had the one penalty that I didn't think it was a penalty. I thought it was a weak call. And then he got beat when Tom Wilson kind of slid in and got the puck 5-hole on Stolars. It was Mikhail that got beat. It's going to happen. They're not perfect. You know what I mean? So I'm not complaining about their play in general, but today it wasn't fantastic. But I am not going to look at any individual performance that I saw today and talk about wanting to move on or make changes, with the exceptions of what I've been saying for most of the year about Lorentz. And I would prefer to have somebody better than Mahura as 7D, because he's not impressed me. But other than that, it's just beautiful. Boston is beating Vancouver right now 2-0, so it looks like they're probably going to win that game. We play Boston, I believe it's 2 more times before the end of the season. We play the Bruins. So we're going to have an opportunity, both teams will have an opportunity to kind of sort out first place head-to-head that way. Those games, they could go either way. They could be playoff previews, or both teams might kind of hold back and not want to get guys hurt, but more than likely they'll be playoff type, atmosphere previews of and who knows? I'm not afraid to play anybody. If we get first place, we're going to get somebody else. If we get second place, it's likely that we're going to get the Leafs. So 6 of one, half dozen of another. I'm just enjoy having this team. All right, don't. And I know this sounds crazy coming from me, but don't overanalyze the nitty-gritty of every single shift and everything like that. This team has the experience in their back pocket. They have the confidence. They know what they can do. Okay? they know what they can do. And I'm not saying they're saving it all for the playoffs. Obviously, we've seen them play some physical moments and some good games. But I know that they know that they know that we know that they can put it all together with the flip of a switch when they need to on a moment's notice. I don't have any concerns whatsoever about how this team is going to play when all the chips are on the table and they need to play. I have no concerns whatsoever about that. So, including both goaltenders. It's just beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. So, all right. Big, fat, beautiful 2 points. Kyle's going to make me pancakes in the morning. I will be live tomorrow at noon, like I am every day after the game with the Florida Panthers review live. That's at noon. And then I'll have something out on Monday, and then we'll be back to hockey on Tuesday. And keep on. Who do we got? Who do we got Tuesday? You know, I looked at the schedule like 3 times today, and I don't remember who we have on Tuesday. I know that we're coming up to a stretch, not next week, but the week after, where we have a little bit of some tough games. I think we're like back-to-back Rangers and Devils, and I think right before that we play the Wings. So we've got some tough teams coming up next week. So we just need to keep stacking the points where we can, and we'll see where the standings land up. Continue to be and get healthy. 2 more in the bank.